When Dr. David Lawless was selected to be the 16th president of StFX in 1990, the decision caused quite a stir. A devout Catholic, Dr. Lawless was the first president in StFX's history who was not an ordained priest. Dr. Lawless had a long career in academia prior to joining StFX, beginning as a professor of psychology in Manitoba. As such, his fundraising focus was on the creation of endowed faculty chairs, as well as scholarships and bursaries for students. Jules Léger was the Governor-General of Canada in the 1970s and is often credited with modernizing that office. Following his death in 1980, his widow established a foundation to support causes that aligned with the Right Honourable Jules Léger's passions. Dr. Lawless stewarded a gift to StFX that has made an enormous impact on the Faculty of Arts in its more than 3 decades of existence. The Léger Foundation's gift supports a lecture series, student conferences and colloquia, a scholarship for academic achievement, and vitally, a research chair in the humanities and social sciences. Many StFX faculty members in the humanities have held the Léger Chair, which has provided the opportunity for important research, such as current Léger Chair holder Dr. Aaron Mazerol's work in brain health. Dr. Lawless also helped create the James Chair, an endowed position for faculty members in the pure and applied sciences. In the spring of 1996, the Board of Governors of StFX announced the appointment of Dr. Sean Riley as the 17th president of the university. Dr. Riley, a member of the class of 1974 and later a Rhodes Scholar, would go on to serve 18 years in the role, radically updating the campus and catapulting StFX to the top of national undergraduate university rankings. Dr. Riley had a vision. A university that wanted to attract top students needed to have top-rated facilities. The last residences to be constructed at StFX had been McIsaac and Lane Halls in 1968, and the student body had grown considerably since then. Dr. Riley wanted to keep upper-year students on campus, so conceived of 2 apartment-style residences that would allow mature students to cluster in groups of 4, each having their own room but sharing kitchen and living spaces. Summers and Power Halls were opened in 1998, kicking off a 15-year period that saw the construction or renovation of 12 buildings on campus. With growing demand from both the university and the community for recreational facilities, the Oland and Alumni Aquatic Centers were once again pressed for space. Another member of the class of 1959, Charles V. Keating, donated $5 million towards a new multi-purpose space that included ice surfaces, function rooms, dance studios, a cafe, and a wellness center. The remaining funds for the Charles V. Keating Millennium Center, which was built in 2001, came via the federal and provincial governments and a fundraising campaign supported by myriad alumni, as well as local businesses such as The Casket, CJFX, Ron McGilvery's, and Central Supplies. Then, Dr. Riley's attention turned to the university's academic facilities. He conceived of a domino-like construction plan in which existing buildings had to be renovated or demolished in order to pave the way for new ones. After the Keating Center was built, there was no longer a need for Memorial Rink, which had stood for more than 80 years. It was removed to make space for a new physical sciences building, which was constructed for nearly $25 million and the focus of an intensive fundraising campaign that raised support from many donors, including alumni, board members, private companies, and government. Today, the building is called the Nasso Family Science Center, in honor of yet another member of the class of 1959, Jim Nasso, the longtime chair of the board of Agnico Eagle Mines, whose recent gift ensured the health of the departments of physics, chemistry, earth sciences, and the new climate and environment program. Dr. Riley then oversaw the renovation of both Bishops and McIsaac Halls, residences which had been built in the 1960s and were in need of rejuvenation before breaking ground on Governor's Hall. Govs, as it's called colloquially, also appealed to upper-year students who were interested in living on campus but with a higher degree of independence, offering students the flexibility to opt out of a meal plan by providing ample cooking facilities. Governor's Hall, with larger rooms and high-end furnishings, doubles as a hotel in the summer months, providing a necessary revenue stream for the university. With now Senator Mary Coyle as his co-visionary, Dr. Riley turned his attention to the Coady International Institute. Ahead of the Institute's 50th year, the pair was determined to centralize Coady on campus, as it had long existed on the southern edge of campus between the pool and McIsaac. Now that the physical sciences complex was complete, the geology department could move from its existing digs into new ones, leaving the space between the old chapel and Xavier Hall ripe for redevelopment. Many local donors were on board with the project. John Nova Chisholm, for one, who led the campaign with a $1 million gift. But Dr. Riley and Mary Coyle had an uphill battle raising the remaining funds necessary to build a new home for Cody and convert the parking lots in Confusion Square and to the east of the old chapel into green spaces. Their tenacity won over the hearts of donors large and small, including Alan Markin and one anonymous patron who gave $3 million towards the nearly $16 million raised. Dr. Riley said during the announcement of the campaign's success that right here in the calm surroundings of this university town, we have a resource, a treasure, that no other university in Canada enjoys. The Cody supports by action the fundamental, precious, and often threatened dignity of people everywhere. In addition to building 2 more state-of-the-art residences, one named Riley Hall in recognition of the President's extraordinary contributions to StFX, and the other O'Regan Hall for the late Paul O'Regan and his brother Stephen, Dr. Riley's final domino piece fell into place with the addition of the Schwartz School of Business. Like geology, the other sciences had moved into the new Physical Sciences complex, leaving the old Science Hall available for renovation. As always, money proved challenging. Dr. Riley had raised 1/3 of the cost of the Schwartz project by 2007, but credits the help of former ambassador to the United States and former Premier of New Brunswick, Frank McKenna, from the class of 1970, as the linchpin of the venture. A federal infrastructure grant materialized when needed most, and Mr. McKenna's friends and colleagues rallied to support the Frank McKenna Center for Leadership. The final piece of the puzzle was Jerry Schwartz, the founder of the Onyx Corporation, whom Brian Mulrooney had introduced to StFX. Mr. Schwartz received an honorary degree in 1999 and had initially agreed to donate $2 million to the business school, which eventually became $7 million, with the persistence of Dr. Riley and Mr. Mulrooney and the tantalizing offer of a matching pledge from the federal government. Since its opening in November of 2010, the Schwartz School has gained a reputation for combining business education with StFX's insistence upon social justice, ethics, and social responsibility. Since retiring in 2014, Dr. Riley has remained a present and engaged member of the university community that his extraordinary vision helped to transform.